What is up, fellow nerds, and welcome back to the Dapper Snapper Gaming channel, and welcome back to week 3 of the LTM Pokemon Draft League. This week we take on Obo, the coach of the Morpeko United, and this actually is a pretty cool opportunity because Obo was actually a coach in UNPL back in Season 3, and so it is good to be able to be in the same circuit with him once again. He's a great battler, great guy, and I'm looking forward to this. But before we jump into it, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't already. And then, of course, make sure you click the bell so you're notified when new videos are uploaded. Share the video with your friends. And of course, we're going to be doing a quick team builder before we jump into the battle, but there will be timestamps down below if you want to skip ahead. Now, Obo has built a team of his favorites so far. You know, we are 1-1 so far. We won last week. We lost week 1. Obo is 0-2. So Obo is looking for his first win of the season, and he's got a tough team, right? His first mon that he chose was Iron Thorns, and honestly, I think Iron Thorns has a place in low tier with it being his Terra captain. It's a pretty cool mon, right? Its stats are okay, its typing is pretty bad, but with Terra, we can kind of fix that, right? So that's Brian right there, in case you didn't know. So yeah, he drafted Brian first round, and it's cool. It's absolutely a threat. Next up, Skeledirge. This is going to be a threat in any tier, honestly, but the fact that it's allowed here is wild. It's an insanely good, unaware defensive mon. It can make itself hit a lot harder with Torch Song. It's just a really good mon overall. Gallade absolutely slept on offensive threat here now with the sharpness ability. Definitely makes that thing a huge problem. Fortress, I'm not really expecting Fortress a whole lot in this matchup, to be honest. I don't think it's that great into my team. Like, it's fine, but I don't know. Enamorous Therian, absolutely a cool mon. We had it back in SSBA a while back. It's how we actually got introduced to UNPL, was by bringing this against Danny, and it's a really good mon. I really like it, so really cool to have that here. Arachnid, Web Setter, really bulky, hits really hard with Water Bubble boosted water moves. Really cool. Cinccino, this thing's a threat too. This thing is absolutely a threat with how hard it hits with either loaded dice with technician boosted moves right now, or just with the skill link. Either way is fine. Alolan Muck, stupid bulky mon, really hard to take down. Absolutely. Sandaconda absolutely could give my team a lot of problems. It's really bulky. It has the Sand Spit ability, which could be kind of gnarly, and chip my team down and that kind of thing. Definitely something to watch out for. Hisuian Electrode, I think is decent. It's missing Terra, and that's kind of the tough thing, is that this thing really wants Terra to get that ice or fairy coverage. So it's fine, but I don't know that it's going to shine that much without Terra. And then finally, Furriaraf. I mean, this thing is not a bad mon at all. I don't know that it's great into my team. Yeah, it has like Armor Tail and stuff, but I mean, any knockoff or U-turn from low kicks, and this thing's gone. So I don't see it coming, but who knows? Anyway, I think this team is really cool, right? I think that he's got a really fun team built. I think he's got a lot of really strong offensive threats. He's got some pretty good bulky mons, right? With Fortress, Skeledirge, Enam, Muck even. Like, he's got a lot of really good defensive mons here. But there are a few things that I see with his team that I think are somewhat exploitable. The main thing that I see is the huge speed gap between the base 80 Gallade and the base 115 Cinccino. So basically, I have a lot of mons that fall into that range, right? I would say almost most of my mons fall into that range. So you've got everything from porygon-z all the way up to Virizion. I mean, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mons that fall into that. And so that can be really hard for his team to beat down when he only has 2 mons that outspeed that, and the rest are just going to outrun his team. So definitely something that I see as exploitable, and we're going to use that absolutely to our advantage, and I think it's great. Now, Iron Thorns is an absolute menace to my team, and absolutely can sweep if it goes with Terra Electric. There are a couple other options. Terra Fairy is not bad into my team, so there are definitely some options here that he could go for, and it could actually sweep me pretty easily. So definitely have to be careful. Alolan Muck is a real issue. So yeah, this is a tough match, but I think we've built a team that can really put a dent in what he's brought. So let's take a look. First up, I'm looking at my Terra Captain Kilowattrel, and this thing is really strong in this matchup. Show me his flying resist. He really doesn't have one outside of Thorns, which currently 4 times resists, but it will go to 2 times when he Terras at best, right? If he Terras into something that's neutral, then it's neutral. So to me, I think that going with Sharp Beak, Terra Flying this week is going to absolutely be the best way that we can do this. We, of course, can outspeed his entire team except for Electrode, which we're really not worried about with Terra Flying. We completely wall that, so I'm cool with that. So we just outspeed Cinccino. We've got Charge Beam on the off chance that we get a free turn to set up a little bit, but most of the time we're probably just going to be clicking Air Slash and dealing a bunch of damage, or Volt Switching just to be able to move around a little bit and pivot as we need. We do have a lot of pivoting on the team this week, and I think that's going to be a huge advantage for us as we go forward. Next up, we've got Magnezone. That's us bringing our double electric again, and honestly, it's kind of working out. I think that Magnezone is a really good mon in low tier. It's working out as our steal, honestly. Are there other steals I'd rather have? Sure, but I think that this one's fine. We may work out a trade later on in the season, but we'll just have to see. But we're rocking Air Balloon, and basically the point of this is to wall the Iron Thorns as long as we just bring this in fresh, right? He could run low kick. It does get that, but I don't know that he's going to have room for that, because you basically want to have dual stab plus ground, right? That's generally what you're going to want. You might run ice coverage just for Kilowattrel, just so that you don't get into the Volt Absorb. But even then, I don't think that you can afford to bring the fighting coverage here. So this seems pretty free. So we're bringing max defense, T-Bolt, Body Press, Reflect, and Volt Switch. I considered going with Iron Defense over Reflect just so that my Body Press is hit a little bit harder, but honestly, I think giving the boost to other members of the team is probably a little bit better for us overall, so that's what we ended up going with. Next up, we have Low Kicks, and Low Kicks is rocking the glasses. Low Kicks, of course, stayed on the bench last week, but we were bringing him back because he's a good boy and hits really, really hard. We do not have a bug move, or at least not First Impression or Leech Life or anything. We're actually just bringing pretty much just dark moves is really what we're going to be focused on. So we've got SD Sucker Punch with black glasses plus knockoff, and then U-turn if we need to get out of there. Again, I can really afford to run Adamant on this because of how the speed works, so I can just hit really hard with this thing, and that is the goal there. Next up, Porygon-z with specs. Once again, modest specs. There's really not a better set in this case because I really don't care about Electrode, and I'm not staying in on Cinccino, so I don't care, right? So that's fine with me. We've got Trick for the possible switch in of things like maybe the Muck, or things like maybe the Fortress if that comes, or things like that. Definitely could shut that down, and that would be a really, really good thing for us. One interesting thing to think about, though, is we brought Hyper Beam on this week, and Hyper Beam, yeah, it's kind of a meme, but it's also kind of not, right? Because honestly, trading PZ for something that normally would be a switch into my Kilowattrel is more than worth it. AKA the Muck, right? And actually with specs, adaptability, modest, all of this, Hyper Beam actually can OHKO a max Spadef Alolan Muck, as long as it's not Assault Vest, which is insane that you can end up just muscling through it on the special side. So yeah, that's an absolute nuke. Will we click it? I don't know, because it basically guarantees that we're going to lose our Porygon-Z, but it's still actually a very viable option. That's why I brought it. I really don't need any other coverage besides normal and ghost on this, so that's all we're bringing. So that's all I really need there. Next up, KOMALA is coming off the bench, and KOMALA actually kind of slaps in this matchup. We're bringing max HP, max attack. I really don't need any other bulk, but the AV absolutely comes in clutch, and this thing absolutely walls Enamorus, and it's really great. Namorous definitely comes into this matchup and it walls it. It baits it in and it walls it. It's got the Ice Spinner to deal with that. It's got Earthquake to possibly deal with the Thorns, and honestly, this set is perfect. We've got the Rapid Spin on here because I could see Fortress coming and trying to set up rocks and trying to do all this stuff. So I definitely don't want any issues with that. And so I'm bringing Spin this week, and I think KOMALA has the potential to put in some work. So we're gonna hopefully get that. And then finally, Slowbro with Rocky Helmet. This is kind of a SPDEF set, but we've got a little bit of defense, definitely not an offensive set, but just there to stick some future sights out there. He doesn't have a great Scald switch in. Show me a Scald switch in, there really isn't one. And then Flamethrower there just for the possible Fortress switch in if it wants to. But yeah, most of the time we're gonna be clicking Future Sight and then just follow that up with Scald. And then we've got Slack Off, of course, for recovery. So that is our team for this week against Obo. We're gonna go ahead and find him and we're gonna have this match and I'm looking forward to it. Let's do it. All right, here we are with, this was not quite the team that I expected. Cinchino definitely is kind of surprising to see. I did go up against one of these in mocks, so that kind of helps that we brought the Rocky Helmet on Slowbro. Enamorous is expected. Yeah, there was something else that I saw a lot in mocks, and I'm trying to think of what it was. I don't remember exactly what it is that I was calling here. I'd have to go back and look at his team. But overall, I think we can deal with this. Yeah, no Muck or Electrode, no Sandaconda. I faced Sandaconda and it was a huge issue, really. So honestly, that's fine. I think Kilowattrel definitely looks decent here. It is Terra Electric on the Thorns, which is good to know. So I think we're gonna just lead with this again. It's generally pretty free. Yeah, I mean, KOMALA is still pretty nice here. Definitely helps with Dirge, helps with the Enamorous. It's a little less useful there for the Electro not being here, but I mean, that's fair. I didn't face a single Farigiraf or Araquanid in mocks, so I guess that's a good thing because they're not here. So that's okay. So I think ultimately this is fine. So we get the Fortress lead. Okay, we do have Rapid Spin on KOMALA, so that's fine. I think we just Volt Switch out. Because you don't have your ground type, so this is a little bit more free, which is good. Yeah, we're Terra Flying this week, of course, like we said in Teambuilder. Flying is pretty much neutral, at least to the entire team, so it just looks good. So we'll go ahead and break that Sturdy. That did a lot, I feel like. Is this like offensive, or is that just how much it does? Is that just how much that does to physically defensive? Volt Switch 41 to 49, so that did a lot. I feel like we can just go into this pretty freely. Get this in before it wants to do anything crazy. Could be Body Press, but you're not going to go for that into Kilowattrel, so that's fine. Yeah, Rocks, that's fine. I'm not too worried about that. KOMALA, EQ doesn't really do anything to this. Could just U-turn out. Because yeah, this does 17 to 20. Body Press just kills. So I think we're just gonna U-turn out here. I don't want to take a Body Press. Definitely do not want to take a Body Press. And there's no way you're running speed on this in order to outrun KOMALA, because you'd have to run a lot of speed. That's not gonna be a thing. So yeah, I think U-turn's fine. Yeah, we'll learn if he's Helmet. He's not. Okay. Not Helmet. Probably goes for BP here. So I'll just go into this. But I mean, I've got Spin on KOMALA, so like it's fine. What are you going for? Explosion. All right. All right. That should be fine, honestly. But if anything, yeah, cool. We'll take that. That's totally fine. I don't know where any of my stuff is to write down my stats. I did not get that beforehand. So that's good. Oh, it's behind. We'll get that. Very professional around here. It's all good. I should have had that ready. But so Fortress just explodes, which means spin is pretty free. Obviously Skeletor just still there, but Fortress goes down to itself. But Slowbro gets that KO because it was in front of it. So, okay, not the worst beginning. I mean, KOMALA took a little bit, and then this can just regenerate or all of that off. So I'm cool with that. Honestly, that's fine. So next up, Gallade. Okay, so what? Night Slash. You have Night Slash, probably. So I mean, I don't want to take a Night Slash on this. Yeah, I don't want to take Night Slash on this. I really need this for Cinchino. It would be really nice to keep this for Cinchino. The balloon is also pretty nice to keep on this, so I don't want it taking a big hit if I don't have to. Do we make the gutsy play and go hard low kicks? That's a pretty gutsy play. I don't know if am I gutsy enough to make that play? Yeah, we're gonna do it. Is this the wrong play? Probably, but we'll see. I think we go Night Slash here. Could predict it and go for EQ, which is fine. It's not great, but it's fine. Leaf Blade, yeah, that's fine, we can take that. Life Orb, okay, good to know. Good to know. So he is not locked in. I'm gonna click Knock here, predicting him to go for upper hand. And if he doesn't, then we're Sad Panda, but honestly, that's fine. He switches, okay. He may not have upper hand then. And this Knock is gonna hopefully do a decent chunk. It won't do that much to this, but that did half. No boots for you, okay. That did half. And now we U-turn out. I mean, he knows I'm not banded from that damage, so that's fine. We just U-turn out. That did a good chunk. That did a really good chunk. So yeah, we just U-turn out, get this thing below half, and then go into KOMALA probably. I think that's the play. That's my guess, anyway. I think that's our best option here. Yeah, U-turn for a little bit of chip. That does very little. 'Cause pretty sure you 4 times resist that, maybe, and then it goes to 2 times because of the Tentacles. But we just go back into this, and I mean, we can spin whenever we want. If he wants to go Dirge, then we've got follow-up EQ, so it's really not that bad. Earth Power, okay, that does nothing. No drop, which is good. I think we just spin, and if you want to go Dirge, by all means go for it. I don't really care. Yeah, KOMALA was kind of a beast in mocks, to be honest. I didn't think KOMALA was going to be such a beast into this matchup, but like, it kind of does work with the AV, because normally his check to this would be his Ghost, which doesn't like the EQ, and we can chew those hits. So yeah, we get the rapid spin off, which is great. And so no more rocks. So that's fantastic. Moonblast, we should live that. Yep, we do. And we just go for Spinner here. And we should be able to take this too, I think. Unless he wants to switch into something else. In which case, that's also fine. But no more rocks, so the Fortress is out of the way. No more new rocks, which is good. And we can hopefully remove this. So his defensive pieces are pretty much gone. Dirge is pretty bulky, but I mean, his defensive pieces are pretty much gone. We're +1 speed, so that makes any other switch-ins pretty rough, and he does give me this. KOMALA coming out strong, man. Coming out and taking a KO. We'll take it. So an Amherst T goes down to KOMALA. We'll take it. So we're up 6-4. Now that doesn't mean that we are out of the woods, because he still has some very scary stuff in the back. Gallade is very strong in this matchup. The Iron Thorns is very difficult for my team to deal with a lot of the time. And we may end up coming down to some shenanigans with maybe trying to get him to supercell into Voltazor. He does go into this now. I think we just EQ for damage and go from there. I think getting chip off on this is the most useful thing that I can do. I don't think that we live a neutral torch song. We might, but I don't think we do. But this should do roughly half, depending on his spread. No Shuka. Yeah, that does right at half. So yeah, there's the torch song, and yeah, we don't live. So which is fair. I mean, and that's fine. We got it down to half, which is honestly great. KOMALA did what it needed to do, and that's awesome. So low kicks is free. There's no more rocks. So yeah, low kicks. Can we do half with knockoff if he's Colbur? Because he probably is Colbur. Skeledirge with Colbur. Ugh, it's a roll. 43 to 50. We U-turn here because he's not in range. If he's Colbur. Yeah, he's definitely Colbur because staying in. Now he's in knockoff range. Yeah, now he's in knockoff range. So we just want to threaten that, and we can go hard this. Yeah, that doesn't do much. We're slower. Can we afford to give this up? Can he afford to let me get in porygon-z for free though? Because I mean, if he goes for Shadow Ball and I get PZ in for free, that would be kind of wild. Question is, do I need this? Do I absolutely need this to deal with Cinccino? Because Cinccino could still be a problem. I feel like we're okay, to be honest. I'm gonna click Scald. Could I have gone PZ? Ooh. Okay, slack off. That's fair. We want to keep this thing low. Yeah, keep this thing low, for sure. No free slack offs around here. Because yeah, I think he predicted the PZ switch, which is fair. Yeah, because I don't think PZ would have quite KO'd if he had done that. I'm gonna click Scald one more time. I probably could have gone PZ here. It's a gutsy play. It's a risky play because I don't want to lose PZ here. porygon-z is just way too good into his team for me to give it up at this point. But yeah, that's a tough. It's tough. He doesn't have a great Scald switch in either. But yeah, Shadow Ball definitely KOs me here. The alluring voice, he over predicted. We will take it. Slowbro, let's go. Slowbro takes down Dirge. We'll take that. We absolutely will take that, and then we can get Slowbro back healthy again. So that's great. I'm on board. I'm on board with this. We're doing okay. We're doing okay so far. Again, his 3 big setup hitters though are what are left in the back, because you've got like Tidy Up set up in the back. You've got Dragon Dance set up in the back. Swords Dance. There's all kinds of setup potential in the back, but they're all physical. So if they want to come in here and try to set up on me, I can just click Scald and possibly burn. So your setup is not free. And if I go for Scald and end up getting that burn, then we're in really good shape. We're in really good shape, even if you're faster. So yeah, this Slowbro's putting in work. KOMALA put in work. All of his big hitters are out of the way. I'm just gonna Scald in case he wants to try to raw Dragon Dance here. And if he takes this, he takes this. We could have possibly went straight into Kilowattrel, but I don't want to take a rock move on him predicting that instead of going for Supercell Slam. It would be so nice to catch the Supercell Slam and go into Kilowattrel and him deal half to himself, but that's a little risky at this point. Yeah, so there's the Terra Electric. He drops that rock typing, which honestly is really good. So yeah, in this set, this Terra is really good. Yep, he did raw D-Dance. Makes sense. Makes sense. I get it. I get it. That's why we're just Scalding. Yeah, that's why we went for this. There's a decent amount. No burn. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I think we let this go down and then go Zone. Yeah, I think we go for Scald again in case he wants to try to D-Dance again. And then we go Zone. We're very defensive on Zone. We have Body Press to deal some. And we are ballooned, so you can't just go for the ground move. Yeah, he has to be really careful about Supercell slamming. But he doesn't need to here. He can just EQ here, honestly. But I don't want to go into Magnezone on the off chance he clicks like a Stone Edge or something. Yeah, okay, he's Thunder Punch. So we could have gone Kilowattrel, but I don't know if it's worth it. So you'll take a little helmet chip. So Thorns takes out Slowbro. And I think I just go into this, and now, ooh, Reflect is looking kind of nice, honestly. How much does Body Press do to an Iron Thorns? He's Terra Electric. He does like a third. It's a 2-hit KO. I know I'm slower. He could be low kick. I didn't think about that. He could be low kick. That could be a problem. Yeah, that could be a problem if he's low kick. Is there anything I can do about that? Probably not. I'm gonna Reflect. Nope. EQ. So that's good. That's good. Because that's gonna do 0. He has to pop my balloon, which was the whole point. So, set up to Reflect. His entire team is physical. So that's really nice. If he's EQ, do I live? Without my balloon, but with Reflect, we do live. Gallade in the back, Cinccino in the back. I think we're good at Body Press. We want to get this in low kicks range. He dances again. That's kind of risky seeing how I still have low kicks in the back. You know? Because, yeah, I mean, I still have low kicks in the back. Does he not have Earthquake? Does he think I just don't have anything to hit him? Because, yeah, Body Press hits this for plenty. Yeah, he has it. Okay. I mean, I could have just gone free Kilowattrel here. Because he's D-Dance. Surely your Stone Edge is the last move, right? But yeah, you're in low kicks range now. Yeah, you're in low kicks range now. And I have Sucker. So, like... If I was really gutsy, I clicked SD there, calling his D dance. But man, I could have SD'd there. That could have been great. So that's the little guy. Yep. Okay. I do need this. I do need this. The thing is, the rest of his team is slower than PZ, guaranteed, and Kilowattrel, as long as they're not boosted. This is the only thing that's faster. So, if I go Kilo, because my thing is, I probably have to click knock here, just to make sure he can't tidy up. Yeah, I think I have to knock just to keep him from tidying up. No, he just goes for the attacking move. Huh. This should KO? Barely? Yeah, I think it does. It does. Huh. Okay. So I go into this, and Air Slash is a roll. Without Reflect, Tail Slap is also a roll. So I can't risk setting up Charge Beam. I can't risk setting up. No, it's too risky. The chance is very much in his favor, whereas I have to... Oh man, this might be it. I might have just thrown against this. That's just hard because that's a 50-50 between him going for Tail Slap and me going for Sucker for damage and then guaranteeing that the Air Slash kills. But that's a really hard call to make. That's a really hard call. I guess I could have done that, but I just don't want you getting a free tail. I don't want you getting a free setup, because once you do that, then it's just kind of over, you know? Because if he had just tidied up there, then it was over. I was done. So that's tough. Yeah, he's not Scarf. I'm gonna go for the Air Slash here because I don't want to miss. Does not get. We don't get it. We got the flinch. Oh no, we got the flinch. Oh, that's big unfortunate. That's big unfortunate. I volt switch. That's big unfortunate. Oh man, that crit or that flinch was huge. Oh boy. Oh boy, that was rough. That was rough. Oh boy. Yeah, that was rough. So if he goes into... No, he goes into this. I know you're not Scarfed. I should be faster than you. At least, I think I am. You're not Scarfed. Try attack if you don't have much bulk. Has a good chance to KO here. It does the same as Shadow Ball, actually, which is kind of wild. It's a 68% chance to KO if you... And that's with a little bit of bulk. That's with a little bit of bulk. I can't Hyper Beam because then D-Dance and I lose. Yeah, I think I try attack here. I thought I was... Oh my gosh. Yeah, because I'm modest. Ugh. Yeah. Okay, well, we go back into this, and we click air slash. I don't know if we can take Thorns down, because Thorns probably has the rock move. Yeah, we just click air slash. He lets this go down. Yep. I guess I could have switched into this. We would have taken it, but I don't know if I wanted the extra damage, you know? Because on Kilo, that would have done... Oh yeah, but this thing's like super low. I forgot that this thing was so low. I completely forgot that this thing has no HP left. Air Slash does 20 to 24. We click that. We should KO, right? It does. We take it. Let's go, Kilowattrel. Man, I'm having to find other things to put on thumbnails because Kilowattrel just keeps putting in the work. I drafted this thing because I kept seeing it do so well in standard, and it's doing it in low tier too. Man, this is cool. It's a good mon. It works out. The Terra flying was cool. I was so close to Terra Water, but I think this ended up working out. Terra Water was probably better, although it meant that he couldn't Earthquake me. So, I don't know, but still, narrow 1-0 victory. I definitely could have done a lot better, but GG's to Obo. Obo played great. He did a good job. He has a good team. Iron Thorns in low tier is scary. That thing gets set up a couple of times and it is over. So yeah, he played well. He has a good team. I think that he'll have a lot of success. So really good game. I'm pumped, and that's really cool. So awesome. Next week, I think we play Gentleman Thomas again, which is a rematch of UNPL finals, and I am itching for some revenge, and so we'll see how that goes. Until next time, stay safe out there, stay healthy. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.